Hey, hi, hey, how are you? Welcome to Gold 3 Protoss. I know it says Silver 2. Don't worry about that. It's okay. It's actually Gold 3. You did not go back in the video playlist. Don't worry. It was bugged, but now apparently it's fixed. The reason why I know this is because I just did Terran Silver 1 to Gold 3 just a minute ago, and it actually promoted. So I have no idea what's going to happen with the Protoss game now. I don't know if I'm going to play one game and get promoted or something. But I do know that Gold 2 MMR is 2,500, and we're currently at 2,419. So that's going to be the goal either way. Hopefully promotions fix, even though this account on Protoss now is super buggy. But now, guys, we're in Protoss. We're Protoss. So what's happening now? Whole other list of baggage right now. Things are getting more intense, okay? Intense. They're getting intense, and you want to know one way they're getting intense? Look at that max out. You see it up there? Guess what? And it's different. 10-minute maxes. None of this 10 to 30 crap anymore. 10 minutes. Speed up. Get faster. I love you. Thank you for watching. All right, and also we're gonna do a bit more scouting now. So we're gonna be doing a couple things. Number one, faster maxes. We're gonna be playing faster overall. Number two, we're gonna be adding in more to our scout into our opponent's base. And number three, then we're gonna do more. We're actually gonna start looking at what our opponent's doing to a degree and try to start slowly understanding it. The third thing we're going to be doing now is we're going to be adding in another unit into our composition overall every game, and that unit is a charge lot. That unit is a charge lot. Oh yeah, dude. Charge lots. Okay, let's go ahead and fix my mineral line. We took too many off for a second there. Okay, so let's build our Nexus. Let's go ahead and also scout into the base. Don't forget to build our core. Core is priority, right? Core is our priority. Keep making probes while we scout. So what are we scouting? Take a quick pass. Hee hee hee. Ha ha. Hoo hoo. I scouted one gas. I scouted 2 gateways and a core. That's it. That's all I wanted to know. I'm leaving. I'm not going to stay any longer. So how can we decipher what that means? What does that mean? If I go for a fast expand and my opponent goes for double gateway core, all that means is that he's going to either be behind or he's going to be aggressive and potentially do damage that will then possibly make him get ahead. So it's really all it is. We know that our opponent made more production, we made more economy. Now we've confirmed it. We know exactly what he's doing. So we're still going to do the same thing we've been doing before. We're still going to make units out of 1 gateway. For now, we're going to chrono boost probes. And we're going to make a battery. Why are we making a battery? Because we confirmed he's being aggressive. You can click the building as it's warping in, and you can see what it is. So I can click that pylon, and it says pylon. I can make a battery right now, even though it's a little tiny warp-in ball, and it says shield battery. Okay. Now, shit. I wanted to do something. I actually forgot. I'll do it after this video. It's okay. So check this out. Don't worry. It's going to be backwards, guys. I'm sorry. People on Twitch, it's going to be backwards. People on YouTube, you won't even notice. So now what we're going to do is we're going to, now what we're going to do is we're going to start using our camera hotkeys. Okay? So we have a main, a natural, and a third. We also have a fourth base. Or, sorry, a fourth camera hotkey. So, remember those camera hotkeys we just talked about? Everyone on YouTube's going to be like, yep. People on Twitch are going to be like, what the fuck? Don't worry, guys. I'll explain it after. It'll make sense. When this video's over. I got to make another one after this. But yeah, we're using camera hotkeys now, guys. We're using camera hotkeys now. 3 base camera hotkeys and a... 3 base camera hotkeys and a rally point hotkey. So what we're going to do is every time we're going to try to start getting used to now is every time we want to build a building, we can rotate our camera a little bit left and right like this, around our bases. But we're going to really be focusing a lot on every time we go to the natural, hit our natural camera hotkey. And every time we want to go to the third camera hotkey, main base, main camera hotkey. Stuff like that. Okay. Okay, let's make an immortal. Also, don't mind what I'm doing right now. We'll explain this again after. I just need to do something really fast because this is fucked up. Where the fuck is it? I can't remember where it is. Whatever, I'll just make do. It's okay. I know how to make this still work. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take our third base. It's alright. I want to unbind Warp Gate hotkey. I can't remember where the hell that button is. Keep making stuff. Keep chrono boosting my probes.
Your probes are under attack.
Okay, we're getting attacked up here, so let's A-move the area.
You must construct additional pylons.
I'm going to make up more pylons. Let's make sure we re-rally our base up here. Transfer some probes up there. Go back to our natural. Go back to our main. Get another immortal. Back to our natural. We're good. Make another pylon. Go back to our third. Rally it over. And then we're good. Chrono boost my probes. Chrono boost my probes. And now he's back again. So we're just, all we're doing again is we're just macroing hardcore here, okay? Same thing as always. Same thing as bronze to silver, all that shit. Okay, let's pull my army back. Let's regroup. This guy's trying to drag me around the map right now. Let's also make some more gateways in the main base. And we'll go back to the third base. Okay. So we are just macroing still. Again, everything's flowing the same, right? We've done our basic scouting, which showed us that it guarantees we're getting attacked by 2 gateways early, and that was fine. That's all we needed to know. It's basic scouting. Then from that, we're actually gonna take a quick second now to look at every single fight whenever it happens. Just take we're not gonna stare at it. We're just gonna look at it for a second. And what are we gonna do when we look at it? We're gonna see what army my opponent's using. And we're gonna start trying to understand what makes sense as to what beats what it is. Like what he doing, what he is. Now check it out. Upgrades. We're gonna get different upgrades now. We're actually stopping shields, and we're gonna start getting armor upgrades. So weapon and armor. We're gonna talk a lot about this game as well when this game is over. So don't worry, we're gonna break it down a lot. We'll do a reverse engineer of this game when this game is over, just to make sure everyone's on board with what the hell's going on. Now we got another immortal. We can chrono booster upgrades, all 3 of them. Charge and weapons. We got a bunch more gateways added on. Let's start making a bunch of zealots. And now let's also make some Templar action for some Archon. Again, our goal here is 10-minute max, right, guys? So look at my money, right? I'm still spending my money pretty well, but my money's still kind of high. Let's make like 2 more gateways, just to get a little bit more of an edge here. Because I'm waiting. So now let's make another round of zealots. Let's make more probes. Probe count currently is at 78. We're almost there. Almost there. Let's chrono boost our upgrades again. And more chrono boost.
Yeah.
Let's take another Nexus because we are fully saturated on another base. Yo, SC Con Queso, thank you very much for the prime, dude. Thank you. And now that we have our Templar Archives ready to go, let's go ahead and now start adding in some Archons instead as well. Okay, we're actually supply blocked. We have pylons coming though. So we'll have to wait for a second for the Archons. Okay, there's actually a prism coming to my base. Let's A-move that right now. Go back to the main base and A-move that bad boy. We can take our probes and run away for a second. Run up here, shift, click the mineral line. I'm getting attacked up here too. Let's take these probes and just run down to the new base. Okay, let's make some Archons. A-move my army up, back up to the top again. He killed that. Let's just instantly rebuild it. Make a bunch of Archons. Again, why did I rebuild it right away? Because I don't care. Like, I'm not afraid of him at the moment. I'm just macroing, right? We're not worrying about what he's doing. Now, let's take a second because we're really close to maxing out, and we haven't done this yet. Let's send our Hallucinated Phoenix across the map, and let's scout current expansion amount. How many expansions does this guy have? Also, let's take our gases at this base. Get our upgrades to 2-2. Get another round of Zealots now. And now he's attacking this base. Let's go ahead and attack down there to that. Now run my probes again the other way. Go back up here. Let's take another base. Because I need another base either way. I'm fully saturated on all my bases. But now, this dude just keeps attacking me and running away. But it's okay. Because we're looking pretty fucking solid here. We have a massive army. Transfer some probes back into the gas. Probes back into the gas. Fix it because we took it off earlier. Take some probes off the mineral line and send them up to the new base. Meanwhile, while we're at it, maybe make some new gateways. Gateway. Gateway, Robo. Cool. Now let's go ahead and take my army and go like this. Get aggressive with it. Make some more zealots really quickly. And we're maxed out. So let's move forward. With zealots now? Yeah, I told you. We'll break it down. We'll break it down after this game again. Don't worry. So now we're going to A-move this base. Shift A-move this base. Shift A-move this base. Go back to my observer. Follow an immortal. Okay, grab all these buildings I just made. Camera hotkeys. Third base. We're good. Natural. We're good. Main base. We're good. Okay, let's fix our base here. Fix this base here. This base up here is good. Let's take all these probes that aren't mining properly and send them up to the up top base instead. Okay. Now behind this, let's go ahead and make some Templar. We just made another few Archons. Let's fix these gases again. This base also died earlier. Okay, make Archons. Okay, first things first. I'm going to do something really quickly. I need to unbind this fucking warp gate hotkey. Where the hell is it? Where is it? Is it unit management? Warpin. Yes, it is. Unbind that crap. I don't want it. It's fucking my camera hotkey up. You don't have to do it yourself. But, well, again, I'll say this, okay? Because, again, this is part of the Gold 3 to Gold 2 video. I'll say this. I recommend you do it the way I'm doing it. And the reason why is because it's the exact same the exact same logic we've been talking about all the way through Bronze League, which is I think you're going to be way better off if you don't have a separate hotkey for Warp Gate, because if you don't have a separate hotkey for Warp Gate, you actually have all of your production consolidated into one hotkey. And if you have all of your production consolidated in one hotkey, it allows you to micromanage it way easier by taking one glance and seeing what needs to be made. If you are not maxed out and you go, okay, I got like half my gateways are on cooldown right now, and none of my robos are building. Well, now you know, with one button press, which is 4, because here's the thing, right? You have to have a button no matter what for your robo and your Stargate. So why not just add your gateways to it? That way, every time you want to make robo units or Stargate units, you can also check tabs on your gateway cooldown. It's good to glance at it because it gives you reminders as to like, I'm making an immortal and I have like 5 gates that are almost off cooldown. I'm going to go back and I'm going to build a building. And then I remember seeing the 5 gates that are almost done. And now 5 seconds later, I build units with my gateways. It's super important, in my opinion, to put your production all in one hotkey. Because it's so easy to hit tab and rotate between them. It's so fucking easy. It's not hard at all. Your hand is already in the area. Like 1 and tab are like touching each other on the keyboard. So it's like the corner, right? So yeah, the point is, I do think you should actually, at this point in the game, if you're going to use the camera hotkey that I'm going to recommend you, I think you should unbind W from Warp Gate and use W as a camera hotkey. And instead of doing that, I mean, again, if you really want Warp Gate hotkey, you can totally do something with Like a different hotkey, for instance, to warp gate. If you're like, put F on it or whatever the fuck hotkey you want. If you really want warp gate hotkey as a hotkey, you can totally do that. I'm not opposed to you doing it. But just know if you have all your gateways on 4, it's already a warp gate hotkey as it is anyways. It's just 4. So that is what what I'm going to say for that, what I just did there with the hotkeys. And again, we already went through the hotkeys, and I know, again, Twitch, I'm going to probably ignore you guys for the rest of this video. I'm sorry, because I know the way I'm going to describe this, because I did it backwards. I got carried away, and I just started the fucking video before I was ready. I should have done the prep video before. YouTube's not going to know the difference. Twitch does. They're like, what's happening right now? We're going to do we're going to make a prep video for gold for all 3 races to teach camera hotkeys. So I'll do it after I hit gold 3, because we've already started gold 3 or we'll do it after we hit gold 2. But since we've already started gold 3 to gold 2 for Protoss, we're just going to continue for Twitch people. So now it's just going to be assuming that you guys know what I'm talking about for Twitch. But YouTube, you will know because you will have already watched the video. Anyways, so here's the goal, right? Let's back this game up to the very beginning, and let's talk about scouting first. Then we'll talk about our hotkeys. Then we'll talk about our composition. Okay? So these are things, again, that we're adding into Gold League that are going to be super important. And what are we also doing? We're doing it faster. We're getting faster and faster and faster and faster. So hold on. Someone in chat just said this. Let me read this really fast and just answer this really fast. Someone in chat just said, "This is advocating for the use of the tab key, which is too many buttons. Too much like Terran." I just want to throw it out there and say this. Realistically, if you macro properly, you are going to be hitting more buttons if you don't put your gateway on group 4 or whatever group number you want to put it on. It could be group 2 for you or group 1 for you. You're going to be using more button presses if you're the kind of guy that's like, well, I want warp gate on warp gate hotkey, and then I want robos on 1 and I want stargates on 2. Think about this. Stargate units, robo units, and gateway units don't have the same build time. Gateway units on average build really fast. Robo units on average build medium speed. Let me give you numbers. On average, gateway units build around like 20 seconds or so with warp gate. Like around 20 seconds. Robo units usually take in the high 30s to like the 40 range, unless it's like a observer or something. And then Stargate units, unless it's like a low like grade Stargate unit like a Phoenix, like carriers and shit, take like a minute. So what does this mean? It means you have 3 different hotkeys for 3 different production cycle buildings that all produce units at different speeds. And for you to macro properly, you want to maintain production out of your buildings 100% of the time, and you don't want to you don't want to, for instance, be like, okay, I'm going to only check it once. And it's let's just say hypothetically you're only checking 1 time, and let's say you have a Stargate as well, and every time a Stargate unit spawns, you now go through your cycle of going gateway, robos, and Stargates. And you're like, okay, time to make 1 more unit. And then you wait until your Stargate units finish. And then you do it again. Gateway, robo, then Stargate. And what it means is your gateways could have been used 3 times in that cycle, and you only used it once. It means your robos got used once and then sat there for about another half of what it could have been used for. And then it means that your Stargate got used properly, mostly, depending on how fast you were at it. So when you have everything on 4, I'm not even telling you have to literally, every time you hit 4, you go 4, tab, 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 tab. It's just you go 4 and you fucking look at it, right? You look at your production in the bottom middle of the screen, down here, right down here, bottom middle of the screen. You look at it when you hit 4 and you go, is everything producing? The way you can tell a robo or a Stargate's producing is there will be little white boxes in the production tab cycling through a unit's being produced here. And the way you can tell a warp gate is being produced or not is there is a faded out graphic that has a timer that goes off. And then once it goes off, it's lit up again, which means gateway's ready to use. And then you spawn a unit with it, and then it goes on a cool, like a faded out graphic and has a timer again. And then it's back up again and it's ready to use. It's notifications is what it is. It's fucking notifications. And if you don't use the ability to have notifications, you're going to have a harder time having good macro. You're going to have a harder time developing good macro because it creates more tasks for you to check up on, because you have to check up on 3 different buildings that have 3 different production cycles. It's not easy to do that. It would be like saying this. Let me tell you what it would be like. It would be like saying this. Having all of your production buildings in one control group would be like having all your Nexus in one control group. Okay? And then you produce units out of them whenever they're ready to go. You just go one control group, make things because I see they need to be made. One control group, make things because I see they need to be made. It's really easy when they're all in the same control group. But now imagine, what if you had to make net probes out of 3 Nexus and you had to try really hard to make sure you always had a probe spawning in each one of them, and you didn't want to like stack up 5 probes in the entire queued up command because that's terrible, because you waste a bunch of money because like your money gets tied up in a building that won't finish for a while. Imagine, what if one of the Nexuses had no chrono boost ever? And what if one of the Nexuses had a chrono boost every other chrono boost it was chrono boosted? Because the chrono boost is a 20-second duration. So what if once every 40 seconds it was chrono boosted? So for 20 seconds it's on, and for 20 seconds it's off. And then what if another Nexus was chrono boosted permanently? And your probes are building at 3 different fucking paces. And you're like, okay, I'm going to hit 5 every time and check on my probes. Like there could be a probe finishing every second. I don't even know anymore because probes are literally random at this point. That's what it's like when you fucking do 3 different control groups for your production, which have 3 different production cycles. It's so much fucking harder. And when you have a lower level player, like if you're a higher level player and you're super confident in how fast you can macro, and you have these internal timings and you can feel it, by all means, you're totally able to do that. I'm not saying that no one can do it. There are people out there that can do it like this if they choose to. Maybe it's their habit they developed. But if you're trying to learn StarCraft, dude, you are learning it on hard mode if you put everything on a different control group. Or you put everything on different, if it's like just gateways here, just robos there, just Stargates there. Same thing for Terran. Just barracks, just factories, and just starports. You're fucking macroing on extra hard mode because you have to have internal timers for yourself. Like you have to basically be able to sit there and go, what's the time? What time do you think it is right now? And if you're like, it's 10:16 p.m. And if it's actually 10:16 p.m. and you're like, I knew it. I had an internal timer. I just knew that. Well, guess what? You can handle it then. But if someone's like, what time is it right now? And you're like, I don't know, it's like 9:30 and the clock says it's like 10:45 and you're like, ah, shit, I was way off. Well, you're going to have the same fucking problem with StarCraft. You're going to be like, oh, well, I missed I have a bunch of money because I haven't been building gateway units because I don't check it enough. It actually requires you to check 3 buildings every cycle instead of 1 as well. So it's more effort on your part. I really want to explain that concept because I know there's a lot of people out there that think Warp Gate is better than just putting gateways in a group of production. And my question to you is fucking why? Why is it better? It's not better. It's doable for a high level player, but it's fucking not better at all. Sorry for swearing so much. It's definitely not better. It's worse because it makes you have more jobs to do. And if you're already struggling to just do the basic job of macro as it is, you're making it harder for yourself. Okay, anyways, I just wanted to explain my thought process on that. And if you agree with me, wonderful. If you don't agree with me and you're a rebel and you're just going to play warp gates by themselves all the time, think about what I just said if you have problems with your macro. Trust me. Now, what are we doing with our probe, okay? Let's go back to it. Let's now talk about what we were supposed to talk about in the first place before I read that question in chat or the comment in chat. So our probe gets to his base, right? Our probe gets to his base. And we see the enemy Protoss who has no Nexus. And here's the thing, okay? This is a very cool trick you can do. This is guys, what this is going to start doing? What this is going to start doing is you are now going to start learning how you can read a build. How do I read a build? A lot of players in lower level play have no idea where to start on how to read a build. They're like, what? I don't know. He's Protoss. And he's there. He's top left Protoss. Yes, correct. We already knew that before the game started. I don't know. He's going DTs. He's going mothership. He's going carriers. He's going fucking mass immortals. This is B2GM. I know it. Like, you don't know shit right now, realistically. So don't. It's not. Again, scouting right now is not about knowing his whole build from this point on. It's not about that. A lot of lower level players get so caught up in the moment and think that's what it's about. They're like, okay, the second I get into his base, I just need to like know what he's doing for the whole game now. No, you don't know that yet. This is all it is, okay? This is how you scout somebody. First things first, we need to learn what shit costs. Number one, what does a probe cost? 50 minerals. Awesome. Number two, what does a pylon cost? It's 100 minerals, guys. 100 minerals for a pylon. Okay. Now, what does a gateway cost? A gateway is 150 minerals. Cool. So 50, 100, 150. Okay, next, what does a gas cost? A gas costs 75. Sick. So far, everything here costs minerals only, and it's 150, 100, 150, and 75. Again, I don't expect you to know these things right now, but these are things we need to start thinking about. We need to start understanding what the base costs of things are inside StarCraft 2. Now, look, I have a cybernetics core right here. What does a cybernetics core cost? It's 150 as well. Sick. I know that now we know there's a cybernetics core there as well. That's 150. Now we have one final expense in our build. What is that? I have a Nexus. What does a Nexus cost? It is 400 minerals. So I know with my build, if we want to, again, do you have to be perfect on this? Definitely not. But do you want to have an idea of roughly what your shit costs? And if I tell you, okay, so you have a good amount of probes, but let's just exclude the probes for now. We'll come back. Probes is actually advanced. Just know a probe costs 50 minerals, okay? But let's not actually talk about probes. That is actually advanced. We'll talk about probes probably when we get to like Diamond League, like worker scouting, and maybe Platinum, but probably Diamond. Let's talk about buildings only. Let's just talk about buildings. We have a gas, 75 for a gas, 150 for a gate, 150 for a core, 100 for a pylon, 400 for a nexus. Again, am I going to do the math on this? No. Do you need to do the math on this? No. Do you need to kind of understand what the rough estimate of this is, though? Yes. And if you added all of those together, what would you be probably around? You'd probably be around somewhere around 800 or 900 resources. Okay? Probably around that point. Now, let's go to our opponent's base. What did we scout? We scouted 2 gate with a pylon and a core and a gas. So what does this mean? This means that and also he's making probes just like we are. It's fine. What does this mean? There's no nexus here, but he has an extra gateway over us. We both have a gas. Like, again, we're comparing my opponent's build to my build. And all we know is that we have the same exact buildings he has in every single way. The only difference about his build and my build is he has an extra gateway. I have a nexus. That's it. So how can I deduce what's happening right now? This is how you can take away. This is how you can logically break this down. Okay, well, if my opponent has 2 gateways and a core and a pylon and a gas, and I have 1 gateway and a core and a pylon and a gas, and a nexus, that means that like, if the only deviation is a gateway to a nexus, what costs more? A nexus costs more than a gateway by quite a bit as well. It's 150 to 400. So what I can tell from this now is that I have an expansion. My opponent has extra production. So anyone who makes more production over economy is most likely going to be aggressive. So this already tells me I should be defensive. This tells me that I will most likely need to be defensive here, and he's most likely going to attack me. So we're actually starting to understand why we build the battery. We don't just build the battery because there's no expansion there. Now we're understanding, oh, well, he has more production, so he definitely could attack me. And here's the last thing. Again, a gateway is cheaper than a nexus, and guess what that means? He's going to have more money in the bank. And what does more money in the bank do for him? It allows him to build units out of his double gateway. Because a gateway is not a one and done cost. A gateway is a building you build it to then accrue more costs continuously because you build units out of it. So now I know that he has no Nexus, he has double gateway, and now he has more money than me because I built a Nexus. He has more money at the moment because his build is cheaper than mine overall, but it definitely has an aggressive tendency. So he's going to build units out of those gateways if this build makes sense. Which, again, what do I need to do now? Make a battery. Are we doing anything different? Am I now going to go freak out and be like, okay, well, now suddenly everything is different about the build and we need to do so much different shit? No, the build is exactly the same. I'm doing the exact same thing we've been doing up to this point already. The only thing is now we actually understand why the fuck we make a battery. We don't just make a battery and go, let's make Vibes doesn't make battery, so I make battery. We think about it logically and go, it makes sense. He has less expenses so far, but also more production because his build is cheaper. But now he also has more production than I do, so he's going to use that extra money he has to dump into the extra production, and he'll have more units faster than me. And if he attacks me, if he has more production and then he attacks me, and if I have less units than he does, I'll die. So if I counterbalance that difference where I have less units to more units with a shield battery, suddenly one stalker can beat 3 stalkers. Things like that. Like, it makes your units more powerful because they just don't die. So that's how we rebuild. We are not going to do anything besides that. We're just scouting the opener. We're not going to... we'll still scout the bases and stuff like that. Things like this. But again, all we're going to do is we're actually going to scout the opener now. We're going to scout his opening setup. And then we're also going to scout for bases like we do before. We're not going to scout into his base and identify everything that's happening and things like that after the opener. The only other thing we're going to do that's new in Gold League for scouting, besides scouting the opener, is we're also going to scout every time we fight his army. We're going to take a quick like if this is an army fight, I'm just going to go, let's look at it really fast and just look at his army really quickly. Just take a gander and be like, what units is he making? What's his composition? And then just fall back. Go back, not fall back, but just go back to macroing. So we're going to take a quick peek at his army, and we're actually going to know, now we're going to know, is our opponent going air or ground or whatever before he attacks our base with it? Because before in Silver League and Gold League, or Silver League and Bronze League, the only time we knew what units he was making was when he would attack our base with it. That's all we're doing. What do you think of telling units to hold ground on natural while cannons overcharged? I think it's terrible because if both players, if he A moves me and I hold position, and let's say one of my stalkers is out of range of my other stalker, and my other stalker is a little bit, like the way the angle went, it's a little bit more exposed, and he has like 4 stalkers shooting my one stalker, and the other stalker is literally sitting on hold position, just watching one stalker to fight 4v1, and he was not helping because he's out of range, and he's on hold position, so he won't go in range to help. That's terrible. I don't like that idea. Don't do that. Silva, don't do that. It's a bad idea. Again, we're playing faster now, right? So what we can do now, whenever our units run out of the battery, just pull them back. Again, it's not micro, it's just defensive sitting there. But we can have the foresight to go, now that we're in Gold League, guys, I am no longer going to have fucking probes just die every time. So, defensive, we'll talk more about this when we get there. I'm going to talk about it anyways, so I'll give you visuals as we get there. So again, now we know what our opponent's build is. Aggression. We now know he is being aggressive, so the battery is very justified. It's very justified. And now look at the economy. Look at this. Supply-wise, we're ahead. Worker-wise, we're way ahead. And why is that? Because our build expanded and his build opened up aggressively. That's how that works. We're so far ahead in probes right now. We're definitely not macroing very well. But yeah. I was fucking around with my hotkeys too much right around now. I still gotta fix that, by the way. Or no, I don't. I fixed it. I'm just kidding. I fixed it already. Okay, so he attacks my base. We aim, just like before, we aim move towards his army when he's attacking my base. We're already up. The guys, look what's died. Oh, so far only 1 probe has died for me. I have lost 1 probe, and it was literally right here. My probe just died right there. It died up here because he attacked my base. Okay? And now, even though a probe has died, I'm still ahead by 16 probes. 6 16 probes, boys. Would you expect that? God damn, dude. 16. That's a lot of probe aheadness. We're also ahead by 20 supply. So we push him away. All's good. All's fine. That was actually his pylon for some reason. And now we're chilling. And then what happens? He pushes me again. And I'm over here just macroing, right? I'm just trying to macro. And then we're good to go. And we'll see how my army is like running over here like this? We just pull it back. We go, hey, units, get back over here. Fall back. And we're good. Now, one of the things we're doing as well a lot is we're going to still... So hopefully by now that we're in Gold League, you guys are a little bit more comfortable with moving your camera like this. And if you're not comfortable, I'm not even kidding. Do this for, like, listen to me for a second, okay? Try this for a second. If you are not comfortable moving your camera around, or I'm going to give you an example again, okay? So what I look at the green box on the screen. You see the green box on the screen? If I can move my mouse to the right side of the screen and I can drag the screen, and then I can then stop the screen to where my army will be where the green box is. Like if I can make the green box somewhere in there is where my army will be. The middle of the screen, essentially. It means I am accurate with my mouse. If you are not able to do that, though, it means you need practice with your mouse. So if you feel like you have the worst accuracy ever, you are more than welcome to practice just like I'm going to show you right now. Don't do it like all day. Maybe do like 5 of these drills in a replay, which takes you all of 10 seconds. And then play another game. And then do it again after that for like 10 seconds. Do it really fast. Don't spend a fuckload of time on it. Just try to test yourself to get better with your movement of your camera. Because now, if I want to put my army, again, my army was supposed to be in the green box here, right? So if I drag to the right and I let go, look, it's in the very center of the screen. If you can't do that, and if I say, put your army in the center of the screen, and you go like this, you're like, okay. Well, I hit the wall there, so that doesn't actually, it's kind of a bad example. But we'll do it up and down. Let's say I tell you to do it, and you're like this. Oh, stop. Ah, shit. And then you're like, okay, go down now. Ah, shit. Okay, go up now. Oh, shit. I can't do it. Go down now. And you're like, oh, I almost got it. Go up now. Oh, whoops. Go down. Oh, man, I'm not quite in the middle, but I'm close. If you can't do it accurately, practice it a little bit. Because, again, now that we're in Gold League, and we're going to start trying to play more clean, we're no longer going to spend a lot of time doing this shit. Where it's like doing this all over our bases all the time. You can still do it if you need to go, like, for instance, if I want to build a gateway to the left of my nexus in my main, I can still do this. Build gateways over here, that's fine. Or whatever. But what we can start doing now is we can start rotating our camera hotkey with all 3 nexus so I can actually bounce between my bases. This will help you so much at cleaning up your macro. It's very nice. Like, trust me, anyone out there who has never used camera hotkeys versus people who have used camera hotkeys, the people who actually are comfortable using camera hotkeys, they're like on another level of in terms of how efficient their play is over players who can't use them. It's going to feel awkward. I guarantee it's going to feel awkward at first, but it's good to practice. And again, we'll talk more about it as we play more games. It's totally fine. But we're using 4 of them, okay? So the camera hotkey number 1 is my main base. Camera hotkey number 2 is my natural. Camera hotkey number 3 is my third base. And this is how we're going to bind them as well. I'll talk about this in the next game we play, but the way we bind them is you click your nexus in your main base, okay? Click your nexus in your main base. And you click the portrait down here right there. This guy. Click that guy right there. I'm going to shove my finger into his head. Click that guy. Click this guy right here. What that does, if you click anywhere in this guy's portrait, what that does is it centers your camera on your current selection. So, you could, and it's also guaranteed to go to the right base. So anyone out there who's like, what about spacebar or backspace? It's random. It literally goes all over the place. You don't know what base you're going to get every time. It goes everywhere. So it's more accurate to just click the nexus and click it like this. And notice how it centers my camera. As soon as the camera is centered, I bind the camera hotkey. Same thing with the natural. Click my natural, click the portrait in bottom right. It centers the nexus. Bind camera hotkey for base 2. Go to my third base. Click the portrait, click the nexus. Now click the portrait in bottom right. Centers my nexus. Bind camera hotkey number 3. And then wherever the fuck I want to build units, maybe it's in front of my natural. Usually the place you should generally put your camera hotkey should be like your rally point hotkey. So we're using 4 camera hotkeys, right? the way you should put your rally point hockey is in front of your natural. And I like again, the reason why I say that is because it's the front of your natural is usually going to be the heart of your base, like the very center of all your bases. And having your rally point hockey in the middle of all your bases is the best place to put it. And the reason why is because no matter what base gets attacked, you have the least travel distance to go anywhere to defend yourself. So 4 camera hockeys we're getting used to right now. Again, we'll talk a lot about them throughout the entirety of everything that's going on. And then, again, we'll keep talking about it. But again, I still want you to be good though with your camera. Like, I still want you to be good with camera scrolling. I really want you to be good with that. And the reason why is because it's not like obsolete. It's not like you're not going to use it. You will eventually use it a lot more when you micro. You're going to use it so much fucking more. You're going to use it so much more when you micro. But again, we're not microing yet, so we're not going to use it to its full extent yet. But if you're comfortable with it, there's a lot of situations which you would use it for. Like, for instance, if you wanted to, build buildings that aren't directly in the camera screen, or if you wanted to drag your camera down to build a 4th base or a 5th base or whatever, things like that. You're still going to use it. It's still going to happen. But now, when it comes down to main natural third, we're going to definitely focus on camera hockeys. Okay? And also rally point. And now, what we're doing as well, here's what we're doing with composition. So, we've talked about everything we're adding into our build so far. Now in Gold League, we're adding in camera hockeys, we're adding in basic scouting. We're gonna talk about this the other form of basic scouting we're gonna look at when we see our opponent's army. But what we're gonna do as well is we're actually adding in a unit to our composition now, which is charge lots. And the reason why we're going to do that is charge lots are just better than stalkers when it's a ground army, generally speaking. It allows you to have more archons, and it allows you also to have a more powerful ground pushing army. It's just better. So stalkers are still good. We still might use them throughout the game if our opponent's going air, but it's it's not like it's going to be like blindly just making stalkers forever. So now when do we how does it work, Vibe? Please explain. How does it work? The build is exactly the same as it was before, except once, you know how we always started Council double Forge together? And you know how we also went double upgrades of shield and weapons? Now what's happening is when we start all these buildings together, now we're also going to add on what's it called? One second. I'm getting distracted. We're going to add on our charge upgrade because we're adding this into our it's becoming the next upgrade we're adding into it. We're adding in charge and weapons and armor now. Sorry, I was reading something in chat. I got super distracted. We're going for charge. Let me start over because I'm losing my train of thought here. Sorry, I was reading chat. Okay, so yeah, we always start the double forge and the council together, right? And before we didn't even use this building ever. We never even touched the council. The whole purpose of why we made it was so we could tech into archons, and so we could also use it to make our upgrades go beyond level 1, because you need a council to go to level 2 and level 3. It's required. So now if we add in a council with a charge upgrade, not just a council by itself, but now we're adding a charge upgrade, right when you start getting charge, that is when you stop making stalkers and you start making charge lots. And the only deviation from that would be if we knew our opponent was going for air. If our opponent was already going air units, we don't have to go straight into charge lots. But if our opponent is not going air units, we can go for charge lots. Charge lots are going to be super good. And generally speaking, if somebody's going to go air by about 9 minutes, they're most likely going to be attacking you already. And if they don't, well, that's why we have a sentry with hallucinations, which we can fly around and see their bases. And when we see their army fight us, we can literally click it and go, what's your composition really fast? So again, we're looking at base composition. We are using the sentry to scout basic composition of Instead of defensively scouting it, we're aggressively scouting it. We're not scouting buildings all over the place. We're just scouting for expansion locations and basic composition of like what it is. Okay? So this is the idea of charge. So we still go stalkers the whole time until we get the council. And then once we have charge underway, then we can shift gears into charge lots. And what this does for us is it allows us to have way more Archons. Okay, so our opponent's attacking us. Our opponent is attacking us. And then he's attacked us again. And what do we do? Let's go back to it again really fast. Let's go back to it really fast. Right here. So when he attacked us, right here, he was in my main base with a prism, and we defended it. We moved our probes for a second. We didn't just let our probes die. We definitely saved them. And then he attacks us up here, and I look at his composition. And what is this? What is this? Overall, what is this? It's a big ground army. So charge lots make sense. Now it makes sense to go for a lot of charge lots and also more Archons because of that. It's great. Again, it's basic composition scouting, and we're like obviously this happened to be defensive, but it you know it's okay. Like we're actually looking at the composition now, more to go. Are we going to make charge lots or are we just going to go stalkers the whole time? Stalkers good against air still. Charge lots better against ground. We look at it again. The composition is still the same. We're getting ready to attack. Now, our opponent it fell back, and now we're attacking him. And now when I attack him, I'm doing the shift A move command of all of it. And now what should happen is once I see myself engage in combat, I just want to look at his composition and then go back to my base. I don't want to look at it for 30 seconds. I don't want to look at it for 5 seconds. I want to look at it for literally like 1 or 2 seconds. So it would be like this. If I'm actually playing the game, this is what it should be like. Macroing, 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 macroing. Put an eye on the minimap. My army's engaging. Okay, macro for a second. Okay, now it's really fighting, so let's take a quick look. Okay, ground. Okay, go back. Ground army. What did we just see right there? Stalkers, immortals, sentries. It's all reconfirmed that it's ground army. We don't care about microing right now, and if you look at it longer, you're going to try to micro. I guarantee it. So now let's go back for real, and let's just see what the fight looked like, right? And that's the whole point of everything we're doing. The last thing, I didn't really fully elaborate on this, but the last thing we're doing, is we're going for our armor upgrade instead of our shield upgrade. And the reason why we're doing that is because armor upgrade actually suits your army way better than your base. Like shields are good for your base and they're decent for your army. Armor upgrades are fucking amazing for your army, especially if we're going to be using charge lots, because these things get in the front and they absorb damage like crazy. The armor upgrades on these guys helps a fucking lot. So armor upgrades are going to definitely increase the power of our army now, which is going to make our pushes more deadly. And we eventually still will get shield upgrades, but shield upgrades is definitely more of a passive mentality. Armor upgrades are much more of an aggressive mentality, and this is going to, again, it's going to increase the power of our pushes, so it's going to definitely do a good job. And this is what our push looked like. This is what our little A move push looked like. You can see his army's like fully surrounded by charge lots. And I didn't do that. They did it themselves. And then he's super dead. Super duper dead. And that's pretty much it. So, again, we'll talk. Well, guys, we have a lot of time in Gold League to talk about this, right? It's all of Gold League. We're not going to go in Gold 2 and Gold 1. It's not going to change. It's going to say we're Gold 3 now, I think. Yeah, so it was bugged yesterday. That's not a real promotion. I was already Gold 3. I just had to play another game to register for Gold 3. So that's not a real promotion. We're almost actually to Gold 2, so we're still going for some more games. But yeah. Yes. Nice. And now we got our next game coming underway right now, dude. Next game coming underway right now. So, camera hotkeys. We're getting used to the idea of camera hotkeys, and we're doing it when we're in a fully macro-oriented mindset. So it's easier to pick it up. It's much harder to pick up. It's much harder to learn. Also, this is why I banned you, by the way, Rob, for 10 minutes. It's much harder because you were like, what the fuck, camera hotkeys and going? Wait. Shut up. It's much harder to learn how to use camera hotkeys when the game is more hectic when you actually need a micro. It's much easier to learn how to use camera hotkeys when your whole fucking gameplay is based off of just macroing. Much more doable to do it when it's just macro. Okay. Let's go ahead and build a pylon. Let's build a probe. Let's go ahead and build our gateway. Let's chrono boost our nexus. And let's go scout his base. Build our gas when we can. And now look what I'm going to do, okay? Watch. Click my camera for my nexus and hit my camera hotkey. I'm binding it. I'm binding it. We just we bound our camera hotkey in our main base. Alright? Now let's go back to my probe for a second. There is a gateway. There is a gas. That's it. He's got one gate gas so far. But that's all we have too. I have nothing else. Let's put our nexus back rallied on the gas. Let's take our nexus. Now that I just took my nexus, let's take my core. And let's do one more quick scout. Because the reason why we're going to do it twice on this map is because this map is really tiny. So your probes can get across the map really fast here. We're going to make our second gas. We made all of our buildings. We just made our core, second gas, our nexus. And now let's go back into his base one more time. And as we're going in, let's make a pylon because we need another pylon. And now let's look at his base. What happened? I can't even go in there. So if I can't go in there, it means he walled it off. It means he's fully sealed his base in. So this guy doesn't want to expand, guys. He wants to wall his base off. So now I don't know what it is, but I know it's not an expansion because he's literally trapped himself into his main base. So what does that make me think? That makes me think that we're going to get attacked. So let's prepare for that. Let's make a shield battery. And let's make our units as we normally do. Now let's click let's build a pylon my natural for a battery. Shift click the mineral line. Make probes. Make stalker. Click my nexus at the natural and click the camera. It centers it. Bind a camera hotkey to it. So now we can go base. Super fast rotation of bases. And they're lined up as well, so we don't have one base over here and one base over here. Like, it's not fucked up. It's much easier when the bases are exactly lined up. It makes it easy to micromanage things, which again we'll talk about later. We'll harken back to that point much later down the road, with, like probably Diamond. But it's a good habit to develop this. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and build our nexus pylons. Okay. We're going to go ahead and build our gateway, our sentry. We're going to build our second gateway. Going to boost our nexus. Okay, let's make a observer. Let's make our third base.
You have not enough minerals.
I'm here in the shadows.
Okay, he's attacking me, so let's go ahead and overcharge the battery. Let's back up. He ran away, so let's back up as well. Let's back the fuck up as well.
Time for battle. For honor.
Okay, we're scouting the right side of the map right now. Right side of the map.
I'm here in the shadows.
Let's build a couple forges and a council.
I return.
Let's build our immortal.
I'm here in the
And now, remember what we talked about? Whenever he attacks us, we look at his army, right? And now, again, our third base is a camera hockey, so we have 3 camera hockeys for all our bases. So now let's check out how we can chrono boost our bases. Hit chrono boost, hit shift, and go main, camera hockey natural, camera hockey third. And we just triple chrono boost our nexus super fast. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, nice and smooth macro. Okay, this guy's got a lot of stuff. Let's go ahead and stick next to our battery. Let's not go out against that, because the battery is pretty important here. We can overcharge our battery again. Keep making probes. Let's get weapon upgrade and armor upgrade. Let's get charge. Keep making immortals. And battery overcharge just saved our fucking ass there. Super hard.
Let our enemy know our fury.
Go ahead and take my army and tell it to go fight that at this point, because, I mean, we're just letting units die at this point. Let's go ahead and get our thingy set up. Our other nexus. Okay, our army's getting really scattered, so let's pull it back. Just pull our army back. Go home. Go back, go back, go back. Chrono boost our upgrades now. Now that we're going into upgrade mode, let's definitely start chrono boosting upgrades. Let's also get our next round of gateways, because we're getting really high money. Let's get our gateways. Make a few more. We just made like 6 more. Let's make a Templar Archives. Make more probes.
Research complete. Upgrade complete.
Okay, camera hockeys. We can check our upgrades again. Get 2-2. Let's. Do we have a sentry still alive? We don't. It died. It's okay. We know he's going pretty heavy on the ground though, because he was already showing me heavy ground units already. So charge lots seem like a good idea here, and same with Archons. And now it's the same thing again. Economy management with like more minerals now means Zealot. More gas now means Archon. So it's the same concept that we were doing before. Same concept. Same concepto. Look at my money though. It's getting kind of high, right? We got a lot of gas and a lot of minerals. So now let's go ahead. We just hit a camera hockey there to go to my natural. Let's go ahead and build our shit. Nice.
Keep building probes, boys.
That's right.
Vibu smart.
That's what you do. That's what you do. What's the most simple race in SC2 if you play casually and just want to play aggro without too much macro? Probably Protoss. Protoss has, I think, the least macro demanding things you have to do. Like they're all to a degree have it, but I think Protoss probably has the least. Like Zerg has the most, I think, for creep spread and larva injects. You have to keep doing it the whole game. If you like feel lazy and you hate that, you'd probably not enjoy that race as much. Okay, Chrono Booster upgrades, and I would have scouted the map with the sentry, but it died. So, Vibe, do you hotkey your upgrades? No, I don't have to hotkey my upgrades because I can just hit the base camera for my main, and now go right there. It's right there. Okay, so we found his bases. He's on 2 bases right now. This guy's on 2 bases. So let's grip my army together. Get my army grouped up. Go in the front right now. Go, go, go.
Vibu, thanks for all you do for SC2. Just hit diamond because of your guides.
Thank you very much, dude. Let's go ahead and A-move him right now. A-move him with our entire army. Jim Jam, thank you for the 10, man. Much love. And now we have 20 production buildings, which is nice. Keep macroing. Nice. Nice. Okay. So again, scouting the base right from the very beginning of the game. We tried to get into his base and we couldn't because he walled me out. That's fine. If the guy walls you out, all you can really do is assume that he's gonna make more production. Because I mean, if he's gonna wall you out and he's not going to expand, not only is he walling you out, he's also walling himself in. So the only way he actually would be able to expand is if he, kills his own pylon. And now, same shit as always. Just sit by the battery. Fucking wait it out, guys. Wait that shit out. And there's a probe sitting next to my Nexus. I know you guys are talking about that in chat right now. It doesn't matter. And then, we just kill him. We kill his, push. Simple. A-move it. Then we fucking pull back because he's luring us across the map.
Almost a year ago when I first showed up here I was silver 3 and didn't deserve that. Just broke 3.4k MMR. so thanks Vibu.
Yo, well, that's awesome to hear, man. Koopa, much love. Thank you very much for the bits, dude. And I'm happy to hear that you had some more success, dude. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Thank you very much, dude. And then now, you know, so again, the same concepts still always apply, which is more money. We spend our money first. If we generate too much money, we make more production. And one of the reasons why our max out is going to be more attainable now is because before we were going for Stalker Archon all the way to maxing out, and now we're going Zealot Archon more. We're opening with Stalkers, but we can go into Zealot Archon now.
Tribute to that probe in your base that survived the entire game.
Yeah, right. Thank you very much, Vitamin C. Much love, man. But yeah, no, it's what's it called? We
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Dead Baby Seal, for the sub as well.
Hi YouTube.
Hi. Thank you, man. We're gonna be able to max it a little faster because their army composition now is a little bit more economical. It's a little bit more economical. That's all it is. A little bit more economical, boys. Yeah, I mean, we'll skip forward. They're kind of watching nothing right now. It's literally just the same thing, right? This guy went for an inefficient build and an uneconomic build, and it came to a point where he just has half my supply when we push, and he just gets steamrolled because he just doesn't have enough supply. And now charge lots. There's a couple things charge lots do, which is really, really, really good. Number one, like I said before, it's easier to max because it's actually a cheaper army than Stalker Heavy. It's cheaper. And secondly, it actually makes your A move stronger because charge lots don't block the door like Stalkers do, where it's like 8 Stalkers shoot and everyone else behind the 8 Stalkers is like, we're not able to attack and we're just fucking running in circles in the back behind the army. What actually is happening is our charge lots actually go through and charge onto the army of our opponent because they're melee, and they also have charge, which makes them get there really quickly. And then you know, from there it allows our backline concave, which is thinner, to support the charge lots, which increases the DPS of my entire army because it means that like in old versions of B2GM or like in old versions of like Silver League and Bronze League, there's a chance our opponent might go air, and if we have charge lots, we're gonna probably die. That's going to be scary. But if our opponent, now we're actually paying attention to composition a little bit, the initial scout. So now if we know he doesn't have air and we can actually make charge lots, instead of only like 20% of our army taking a fight and the other 80% waiting their turn to get into that 20% category, which means it's bad uptime for all your units fighting. Now we probably have something more along the lines of like 60% to like 70% of our army taking the fight all at once, because we still will sometimes have Stalkers and Archons and Immortals that get kind of caught up in the back. But more often than not, the majority of our army will actually get into the fight properly because charge lots are faster than the other units. They'll run in quicker. So they'll always, because they're faster, they will always get to the front of the line. And then they charge in as well, which creates a hole for your other units to follow them in. So you just have more units attacking the whole time. So it's more effective for attacking.
Excited for Diamond. Trying Terran Bio for the first time.
Yo.
Thank you, Vibu.
Sire Potato, thank you very much, dude. Thank you, Sire Potato. Much appreciated, man. Hey.
You have not enough minerals.
Staying in GM is super easy. Ask Vibe. Once you get the GM, if you're actually not just like hovering around rank 200, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Like, let's just say it like this. Let's say it like this. If you want to get into GM and have it be super easy to stay in GM, your goal should not be getting GM. Your goal should be getting top 50 GM or getting top 100 GM. Because if you push for a goal that's harder than what you're actually trying to attain, overall, what you're trying to actually attain is going to be easier to do. It's like saying I'm trying to do like 50 push-ups in one session, but really I only want to do 30. You know what I mean? But if I work for 50, suddenly I'll break the shit out of my goal, and I'll just try for like I'll push myself to like the advanced goal that even if I don't actually hit it, at least I can still smash the original goal that I had. That's easier. Yeah, I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. Let's make our Nexus. Go back to mining our gas. Get our core ready in a second. Look at our opponent's build. So our probe is on group 2, and what I can do as well with this probe is I can hit 2 a lot, and I can go to my probe. And what do I see? I'm good. I see he expanded. He's got a gate, a pylon, a gas, and a Nexus. That's exactly what I have. He's got the exact same buildings that I have. We're identical. We're identical builds right now. Yeah, let's grab our Nexus and put it on a camera hotkey. So now we can rotate 2 camera hotkeys at the moment for our Nexus. And now that my opponent has a natural, we're not going to worry about a shield battery for this game, because again, we should be more than okay for now by just making units. So we'll still make a pylon, but I'm not going to open up with a battery. We should be okay. And now look how easy it is to chrono boost my Nexus. I can put my mouse in the middle of the screen and chrono boost all my Nexus repeatedly. Like super fast. This makes macro cycles faster.
I am here in the shadows.
Love your stream. Thanks for great content.
Thank you, Fedora the Explorer. Thanks, man. Let's go and take our third base.
I am here in the shadows.
Scout the map sideways on the right side.
Research complete.
Chronobus probes. We can make our stalkers.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals. Engaging the enemy.
Hotkey, camera hotkey, my third Nexus. To the Nexus grouping, the boys. Okay, we're using camera keys to bounce around again. 4 or 5. Let's go ahead and now add on our tech.
I return to Where do our enemies lurk? I stalk the storms. You have not enough minerals.
I am here in the shadows.
Okay, so we took a look at it, right? What did I see? I saw Stalkers and Immortals. So again, scout. You're actually looking at what attacks your Phoenix is important. So we need now know. Oh yeah, cool. We can definitely start going into Zealots and Archons. No problem. No problemo. Now let's use our camera hotkeys. Chrono, chrono, chrono. See how fast that shit is, boys? My God, it's amazing. If you get used to it, holy shit, it's so clean. It's so fast and smooth.
Oh, yeah.
Let's make a couple more gates. Chrono boost. We can now start chrono boosting our upgrades for charge and 1-1. Add in all our buildings here into our production Ola. Let's also get our Templar archives because we need to be able to make Archons. This base is fully saturated. We're also at 83 now, about to be 85 probes. So we're good to go on that. And now look at my resources, right? Now we have a ton of fucking gas and no minerals. And again, that's the result of going charge lots. But what does charge lots do? It frees up all your resources in your gas department to make lots more Archons. So our army is going to be really heavy on the Archon department now. It's going to be very, very powerful Archon army.
I return to serve.
Okay, so let's make some Archons. And now suddenly I have no gas and all Templar and Archon. Okay.
Upgrade complete.
Get a couple more upgrades. 2-2. We can chrono booster upgrades. Transfer some probes over. We can actually make a couple more gates. Like, look at my money, how fast it goes up again. Let's make some more gates. Also, let's use our sentry and scout again on the right side of the map because we scouted right first, so let's scout again to see where his bases are. And in a minute, let's scout left just to see where the bases are for our opponent. Now let's scout left.
Anan Porkal. Shazul tu Templari. Base is under attack.
Okay, well, he's killing this base, so let's go take a different one.
Depleted. Mineral field depleted.
And now, let's go ahead and take our army. We're really close to maxing out, and we did it fucking super fast this game. We definitely cranked out our economy like a madman this game. So let's push the left side. Is he here? If he backed up, we can just back up as well. Seems like he backed up. So let's just group our army up out because we just scouted the whole right side. And we see a bunch of bases. So if he ran all the way home, let's say fuck it. Get my army grouped up in front of where his bases are first, and then we'll progress from there. We can retake this base. Get our chrono booster upgrades and look at our production. We need a little bit more, right? A little bit more. So make some more gates. Okay, cool. Now looking at my army, here we go. Let's A move, shift A move, shift A move, shift A move. And look at the composition. Archons and Stalkers and Immortals. Sick. So we're good to go on our Archon Immortal charge lock composition. Because it's good against ground. Super good against ground. Yeah, we actually made one gate too many. We made 25. But again, is it okay? Yeah, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Upgrade complete.
It's fine. Make more zealots again. Keep making immortals. Because we can also chrono booster upgrades and our immortals at this point. Because we have a lot of Nexus. We're just clicking our, like, look at my gas and minerals now. Now, no minerals, tons of gas. Now let's go back over and do some Archons. Do you have to pair them together, like an Archon section and a Zealot section? No, you don't have to do that. It just happened to look like that a second ago. Where it's like all Archons here, all Zealots here. And it's just random. Okay, now let's group my army up. Same place we just attacked a second ago. Group my army up again on the top of the high ground here. Let's do it all over again. And as soon as we attack, we're going to fix those mineral field depleting type things. Okay, so here we go. Let's A move, a mini map. A move, A move, A move. We just did it all in the mini map. Now tell my observer to follow an immortal. Now fix my economy. We're good on probe count. Fix this base. Fix that base. That base is good. 10 those probes there. That base is still good. This base is good. Make units in the process. Anything that dies, we just rebuild. Okay, base is good. Base is good. Base is good. We can chrono boost upgrades. And also chrono boost our immortals. And everything's fucking going good, boys. Everything's going good. What league is this? Gold 3? This is Gold 3, yeah. Yep. GG. Okay. Nice. Thank you, Huluvu. Thank you, man. That's beautiful. Alright. Let's talk about it again, right? Really fast. Go through it really quickly. So again, what do we see? We saw breaking down the scouting, right? This is the thing we're really starting to try to focus on. The thing we're really starting to try to learn is scouting. Like, how do we actually read a build? How do we understand what's happening?
Thanks for your stream vibe. You're the best.
Thank you, Fat Batman. I appreciate the 3, dude. Much love. Thank you, dude. Alright, so we have, you know, our probe goes into his base. And we see no Nexus yet, but guess what? Again, we're comparing our build to his build, right? We're comparing our build to his build. And what do we see? No Nexus. No Nexus. I don't have one either yet. So it looks normal. Now what do I see? I see a gateway. That's almost done. What do we have? A gateway. That's almost done. With a pylon. You have to obviously have a pylon to build a gateway. It's the fucking same. It's super similar. What's next? Go deeper into the base. I see a gas. I see one assimilator, right? I see one assimilator on mine. So comparatively, our builds are identical at every point so far. For the information that I got as I entered his base, everything was identical. So there's nothing that's like, what does it mean? I don't know what it's doing. What the hell is this? I don't get it. None of that. There's nothing about this that seems awkward yet. And now I saw no second gas. So there's no deviation there because we also don't have a second gas. There's no core still and the gateway's done. There's also no core here and the gateway's done. So we're like, okay, are you doing the same build as me? Let's go down and see if he built a Nexus. And yes, he did. And yes, we did. So the build is the same. And the second you see that, you already know he is not going to go crazy all in. Like, there are not 4 gateways right here about to kill me. Because you cannot afford that. Because think about it like this. Here's how you know this. Like, and people out there, again, that don't understand this concept. How do I know there's not 4 gateways there right now? If our build is identical so far, if he does the exact same 4 buildings built since the game started, if he built the same 4 buildings that I did, which is pylon, gate, gas, nexus, if he built the same 4 buildings as me, and my money right now is not able to afford proxy gate all over the place, I can afford a pylon right now. I can just afford a pylon, and that's it. I can't even afford a probe yet after the pylon. I have to get a little bit more money to afford a probe because it's 150 to build a probe and a pylon. 50 for the probe, 100 for the pylon. So I can't build anything else. This is I'm making ends meet here barely right now. Cannot afford anything else. And if that's the case, neither can my opponent. Because what the hell would exist in this game that would allow my opponent to have more money than me for no reason? I didn't tell my probes to stop mining. I didn't say, hey, probes, run across the map and come back. Nothing happened. He's mined, like, his probes and my probes mine the same speed. So if I know I can't afford anything else, I can guarantee he can't afford anything else, which is why we know we're not going to get aggressively attacked. So again, all we're doing is the opening of the game, we're comparing our build to his build and what is capable. And right now, this is all he's capable of doing because this is all I'm capable of doing. And it's the same thing.
Research.
Okay. We just scouted a composition again right there, and we saw stalkers. We saw like a little bit of his base, and we saw stalk. Again, base doesn't matter, guys. I don't want you to think that this matters yet. This will matter eventually, right? This will, like, oh my god, more gateways. More robo. He's making extra production before he took his third base. Yes, that does mean something as we go higher in League. Like, once we're like Diamond League, that's definitely going to matter. But for now, it doesn't matter. All that matters is we go, what units is he making? And he still only has Stalkers. Just like we do. Now look at the next scout. Next Hallucination Scout. What does it do? Meanwhile, the whole build right now is the same. We're taking our fourth base. We're taking our upgrades. We're saturating our bases. Mineral priority over gas. It's all the same. This is why I said, this is why, again, let me say it now, because there might be someone who just watched gold videos first, or you might be someone who's here for the first time listening to the stream right now. I have said this before, and I will say it again because it's very relevant. Everything that I taught you guys in bronze is a habit that you develop that is good, that literally never stops. The only difference is when I teach you it in bronze, it's like teaching you the idea, but teaching you the idea and how to do it really simple. And then in Silver League, it's the same idea, but we make it better. Like, we do it faster and better. In Gold, we do it better. In Platinum, we do it better. In Diamond, we do it better. Blah, blah, blah. It's the same idea. The idea never changes. It's just we get better at executing it as we grow as a player. All the concepts we talked about never go away. They literally never go away. It's like we're building a foundation and we're just growing the strength of it to you know, go through the leagues, essentially. Thank you, Dead Baby Seal, for the bits, dude. And now we see the Stalkers, and we see the Immortal. And what does that mean? We got the same thing, guys. We got Stalker Immortal, too. That's fine. It doesn't mean anything. It means that he's going ground units. It means that it's not Void Rays. It means that it's not carriers. It means that it is ground. So if it is ground, suddenly, here we go. Get that charge upgrade. Right after. You're like, oh, yeah, let's commit. Let's commit, boys. You can, by the way, even if your game is not as clean as that just was, and you're like, well, my council was done and I didn't know what he was going, still get charge. Just get charge. No matter what, get charge. Just don't prioritize charge lots if he's not going ground.
We love you.
Thank you very much, Moist Butthole. Oh my god. Mr. Moist Butthole. Thank you, man, for the 2. Much love. Thank you, thank you. So you can still always get charge now. Just don't prioritize charge if he's not going ground. Because again, we don't want to make a bunch of charge lots versus someone who's making a bunch of Void Rays or carriers. Because all that was going to happen is our units are going to get there. We can't hit his army. And if he has enough air, he's just going to kill all my ground units. And then he's going to counterattack me and kill me. Because I have no army that fights back. The only thing I could do then is maybe kill his base. But again, that's super advanced. That we're not doing that in Gold League. We're not going to do multi-prong economy killing strategies where we avoid Void Rays. Because we don't understand that yet. That's way later. You could win that way, but it's not now. Way too much micro for that, for where we're at right now. So now we know we're good to go with some more charge lots. And now that we know that, we're making a lot more gateways. You know, our probes are looking really good. And also now that we're going charge lots, it's easier to grow our supply because we're not making expensive stalkers. We're making cheap zealots and also...
Yo vibe.
Yo, thank you, Prickly Cactus, for the 20. Much appreciated, dude. Thank you for the super duper support. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Thank you. We're making charge lots, and we're gonna make Archons. And again, what that does, we're already making Archons before, right? That's a really good unit to make. The reason why we make Archons is because it's a gas dump. But what happens now when we make charge lots is a charge lot doesn't cost any gas. So, and Stalkers did before. So now what it does is we're going to have an even bigger gas amount to dump in with a bunch of Archons. So now if we were making, let's say we were making like 10 Stalkers and 6 Archons before, now suddenly we can make 10 Zealots and 10 Archons with the same resources. Because Zealots are cheaper and they're, again, we already talked about compositionally how they're more effective because they get more of your army moving and actually attacking. It's more uptime for unit damage. So it overall it scales better at ground versus ground. And then here we go again. Here comes another scout. And what do we see? Oh, this scout doesn't see shit because we're actually seeing this. He's actually attacking me now. So now we go for the attack against him. And here we go. We try to move down to fight him. He falls back. And if he's not here, that means he's not pushing me, right? It means he scouted the space and he wanted to kill it and back off. Because otherwise he would be pushing me and I would have fought him just now. So if he's going to back off, we don't, again, what do we not want to do? We do not want to push into the heart of Protoss right away. That's scary. There's a higher chance we're going to lose if we do that. What we do want to do is we want to push into the exterior of Protoss, of anyone, of our opponent. We want to push into the farthest, most exposed bases that they own, which means top right in this game for blue, for where his base is set up. This base right here is by far the most exposed base, and the reason why we know that is because we know his main base is right there, and that's the farthest base away. So we want to attack this and work our way down. That way we can indirectly do economy damage while we do army fights and situations like that. We don't want to just have our army wash into an area where we get flanked and die, where there's more buildings that I would also get stuck on, like these gateways and shit. We don't want that. We just want to kill the Nexus if possible and probes and also fight his army if he ends up being there. So he just scouted where we are, and now we're ready to fight where this is. Now he's here. And again, this is mostly Stalker Archon Immortal. This is mostly Zealot Archon Immortal on our side. We definitely have a lot more Zealots. Like, look at the army. We have 20 Zealots, he has 10. We have 10 Stalkers, he has 23. So, overall, we have we also have more Immortals and more Archons. And why do I have that? Stalkers are more expensive than Zealots. So if I'm making Zealots, which are cheaper, it allows me to make more Immortals and more Archons. So that's why he has less Immortals and Archons, is because he has more Stalkers, which are more expensive. And again, Stalkers are good against air, but not so good against ground. Unless, the only way they're good against ground is if you micro, and we're not doing that yet, right? We're doing the easier option, which is scouting composition initially to go ground or air. Oh, ground, cool. Zealots, we'll go Zealots. And we ended up overall losing that fight, but it was at the cost of his remax. That was a reinforcing wave right there for him, right? So we ended up losing, like, our army died in the end, but what happened after our army died? So we're at an 80 supply lead because our army was actually our army killed not only his initial army, but it also killed his reinforcements that happened throughout the fight. So our army definitely scaled better there. It fought better than his did. But since our army entirely died, we definitely still lost a lot there. But behind this, we made all of our production, and now we're ready to remax So our army can remax in seconds, like after the fight's over. And now suddenly we're maxed again. So we have a 100 supply lead all of a sudden. And again, what are we doing as a focus? This. Don't have any red patches. Fix that shit. Fix it, fix it, fix it. And then now there was just not enough. So run him over.
Hey Vibe, have you seen my brother?
Prickly anus. He went that way. Mr. Moist Prickly Butthole. Also, if you're looking for Mr. If like I don't know if he's your cousin, but if you're looking for Mr. Moist Butthole, he went that way. They're all over the place. Watch yourself. Thank you very much for the 20 though, Mr. Moist Prickly Butthole. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Okay, guys. One more win and we should be promoted. Dun, 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 dun. Personally, I admit when the patch came, for voids felt overpowered in PvZ. Now it's my feeling that Zergs have figured it out, so I've changed the build. Yeah, I mean, I think voids are definitely annoying, but I don't think they're like the most unstoppable unit ever. They're just annoying units to fight against, but they're very manageable if you know what you're doing at high level. Because I'm assuming you're talking about higher level. Because when you say Zergs figured it out, I think you're talking about like pro level or like GM level. Because again, lower level, it doesn't matter what unit it is. It's just fucking, is your build efficient? You could literally, and in low level, you could genuinely beat anything with anything if it's made efficiently versus non-efficiently. Like if someone makes a battlecruiser inefficiently, I could beat that with Zerglings done efficiently. Because it's just like a situation where I'll have so much more supply and he can't ever stop it. And his, like, something's going to die, right? But again, yeah, let's not get too distracted here. Let's talk about this game now. Efficiency is always better. The only thing about high level is everyone by default knows how to play efficiently once you get to a certain level of skill, which is like high diamond, low masters. Like somewhere in Diamond League, people start figuring out how to be efficient, like to a consistent degree. Okay, let's go ahead and scout his base. We made our hotkey for our Nexus. Okay, so he's got a gateway and a pylon at the natural. Let's put our Nexus back on our gas. We're double tapping number 2 or number 1. Whatever hotkey you want to put your probe on, if you want to do this, it makes it easier to scout. I'm just doing a quick pass. Just one quick pass, guys. Okay, while we're leaving his base, let's make a Nexus. Go back up to my pylon to make a core. So I saw 1 gas, that's it. And now look what I see. 2 gateways. I see 2 gateways. Oh, let's mineral walk this right here. He blocked me. You can remember how we talked about how you can mineral walk through units? Well, there you go. There's another example right there. But what did we just see? I just saw a Protoss who went for not the same build as me anymore. That Protoss went for double gateway, core, not Nexus. So that means I now have less production than he does, which means he has the ability to attack me and kill me, which means if I make a battery, I should be okay, but it means I need a battery. I can't win this game without a battery now. Let's make another pylon over here. And we'll make a battery soon. Okay, let's go back to chrono boosting our Nexus. Make a Stalker and a Warp Gate upgrade. Get our other Nexus hotkeyed. So now we have camera hotkeys for these Nexus. So I can bounce between my bases super fast and easy with a button. I don't have to scroll my mouse every time. Let's go back here to my natural. Let's build a battery. Chrono boost my Nexus. Chrono boost my Nexus. Oh, so fast. You're gonna trust me. The biggest thing you're gonna fucking love about camera hotkeys is the ability of how it makes you improve your macro. Like it makes everything speed up. It's like you're playing on NOS. It's lovely. Okay, let's go ahead and make our gateway and our second gateway and our robo. Rally it to the front of my base. And again, if this guy attacks me, I should be okay because we have a battery. Look, I'm getting attacked. Okay, so let's chase the Adept Shades. Let's chase those Shades. Okay, now if he goes in, let's just A-move it. A-move, shift right click. Make sure my army is also A-moving. Chrono boost my probes.
Not enough energy.
Okay, pull the probes back. He's getting pretty far away. Let's go back to the natural now. Same thing again. Let's A-move this. Oh, he's behind the middle line. If he's behind the middle line, just pull back. Like, remember what we talked about? If he's in or out of the middle line, don't fuck with him if he's in the middle line. Okay, now he's going back to my main base again. Super annoying, right? But am I getting distracted by this? No. Okay, he's behind the middle line again. Pull off. My army's coming down to deal with it.
Research complete. Your probes are under attack.
Now let's warp in Stalkers here and finish off the job.
I'm here in the shadows.
Cool. Super obnoxious, super annoying. There's much more, like, remember how we talked about building a wall for Protoss? A cool thing you can do, which we're going to do a lot more as we get higher level league in this game. So, hold on. First, let's say that. I'll come back to that. Let me say this first. Mineral lines are fucked up, right? I just pulled some probes off the natural and fixed the main. We need to fix the main quickly. We don't want to have a bad saturation of like 23 on the natural and 10 on the main.
I don't know who those other guys are, but they got nothing on me. Thanks, vibe.
No worries. Thank you, dude. Let's rally our Nexus and our main. Thank you very much, Dry Biscuit, for the 10. Let's rally our Nexus and our main to the gas.
You must construct addition.
Go ahead and build a couple more pylons because we're supply blocking. Okay, main and natural are fully saturated. Let's send my stuff to my third. Let's go ahead and make a hallucinated phoenix. We'll scout the right side of the map. Okay, my probes are dying. Just keep chronobisting probes. This guy's all about harassing my economy. And what does that mean? He has an oracle, which already means he's got an air unit. Does this guarantee that we're going to have to deal with air units the whole time? Not necessarily, but I mean it could. So here's a cool way we can do this, okay? Here's a cool thing we can do. This guy, what is this guy doing? He's killing my economy repeatedly, right? It's super annoying. If this happens to you, leave army in your mineral line. Leave army in your mineral line. Just leave it there. That way when he, let's take a look at our, okay, what is this? Ground. Okay, there's ground units. So no, it's not pure air. It's not like, oh, it's void rays. It's not actually full on air. And we already fixed our probe count at our natural because we're still making probes. So now let's do the mineral hockey, or the camera hockey trick. Main base, chrono boost, natural, chrono boost, third base, chrono boost. Look at that shit. Super. That's why you center your hatchery so your mouse doesn't have to move when you do this stuff.
Yeah.
Makes it so smooth and nice. Okay, let's get our upgrades with our forges. Let's also maybe make like 4 more gates because we have a lot of money. Okay, keep making units. Let's make units at our third now. Put a couple stalkers in the middle line. That way, if the oracle comes back, I have no idea where it is, but if it does, our units in the middle line can now kill it. Because again, we're not getting attacked by a big army. He's just harassing. He is just harassing my fucking economy. Now look, he's back, and look how long he's back for. Seconds, and suddenly his units are dead. Okay, if my stalkers don't want to react, I can just tell them go fight that. There you go. That was an easy fucking situation right there for us. That was definitely not nearly as bad as the previous one was, where one oracle just sat there killing like 10 probes. Okay, keep making. We'll We'll do another round of Sentry Scout. So hallucination, go up around the left side of the map. Let's go ahead and get our gases saturated again properly. And let's take a fourth base. And let's take our Templar Archives.
You have not enough minerals.
Chrono boost my upgrades. What's he got? Look at all that. Look at that army. Zealots, Immortals, or sorry, Stalkers, Immortals, a Sentry. There was a Phoenix there, but guess what? That's a big ground army. That's a big ground army. I don't even know if that Phoenix was real. It could have been a hallucination. I don't know. But that was a lot of ground, not much air. That was like 90% ground that I just saw. And now that's all I care about. I don't care about every individual unit. I care about what kind of unit it is. Is it a ground unit or an air unit? That was a lot of ground. So let's saturate our fourth base. Let's keep macroing an army. Let's make some more gates. Let's also expand again. Why are we expanding again? Because our bases are mining, and we just moved the mineral line. Our bases are mining out, which means we're going to super saturate our bases now even faster. This base is still good. That base is still good. But this base is, the new base I just took is going to have max probes really fast. Super quick max probes. Like, it's already at 10, and I'm still building 4 at a time. And we're not even, we still have to build 10 more before I get to 85. So I'm going to max that base out super quickly. Okay, we can grab all these gateways we just made. Let's start our weapon upgrades and our armor upgrades. Charge is done, so we're done with that. And now, what has this guy been doing as well? Check this out. What has this guy been doing throughout this game so far? Okay, oh, now what is he doing? He's got fucking DTs in my base. So what are we going to do now? Let's make a, well, first of all, we need an observer. Oh, there it is. Let's go ahead and make cannon battery. Because our opponent is all about harassing my bases with my economy and shit. He's all about trying to fuck over my economy by oracles, now DTs. He's a harasser. There are some people out there that play this way. It's fine. So I just made cannon battery at every one of my bases, except for this base and except for this base. So let's now make it here. Cannon battery. Let's get a probe to mine out these resources on this side. Let's have one more probe go build cannon battery up here. Cannon battery. Battery go there, whatever. Okay, and now let's make some zealots. We also need some pylons because I'm about to block.
I know my cousin Mr. Moist Butthole, he's okay. He said I always ruin his day though. Hey vibe.
Thank you, Prickly Cactus. Thank you for the 20, man.
Mineral field depleted.
Thank you, dude. Okay, now we just maxed out. So let's do one more pass right now while our Archons morph on the top of the map with our hallucinated Phoenix. And we'll check our bases really quick with mineral fields and stuff like that, because I keep hearing mineral fields are depleting. So another DT. This DT will get shit on now by those cannons. Base is good. Base is good. Base is good. And a DT also just died here. So base is good. Okay. So all our bases are good. Upgrades just completed. Let's start new ones. And now let's start moving my army to the north of the map, because I know he's going to have bases there. And let's make sure we don't fuck up our hallucinated Phoenix here. Let's scout a little more. And does he have this base right here? This is what we want to know. Yes, he does. And he still has just ground units that we're seeing, which is fine. So now when we're moving out, let's add another robo. Let's add a lot more gates. Why are we adding more gates? Because I'm not actually at 20 gateways or 20 to 24 production buildings yet. Okay, so I just added a lot more. Now he's attacking me. It's fine. Here's something cool we can do. Battery overcharge that battery right there. It'll help a lot. A move. Shift A move. Shift A move. Grab my observer wherever it is. If you can't see it, you can tab to it. It's always at the end of the control group. Right click an immortal with it. So our observers aren't going to fly forward and just die to DTs. Okay, this base broke. So what can we do here now? Oh no, my base broke.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and grab all of our gateways. Grab all our gates. And now let's just start warping in zealots here. And now let's build another pylon on the side so we can replace cannon battery. And there you go. We just warped in and saved this base. Probe count. We need a little bit more probes again. We lost some probes there. So let's make cannon battery. Let's also take another base. And why are we taking another base? Because my opponent is, or rather, I'm sorry, my bases are mining out. We need a battery. Make some Archons. Well, we made an odd number of Templars, so now I need to make one more Templar to fix that. It's fine. Chrono boost my upgrades. This base needs to be fixed. Move probes over. We can take our gas here. And we can take our cannon battery here. Okay, we can reinforce our army because it's not dying, so A move his main base. We can put 3 probes on the gas we just took. Then our fields are depleting. Where's that at? Oh, I think it's this one. Anywhere else? Yeah, I think we're good. So, oh no, right here, right here. This actually is depleting. So let's send some probes to the new base again. Now we can make a couple more immortals. We can make another zealot. And just in case, we talked about this before, but just in case this game turns into a base trade, at this point in the game you can always do this as well. Make a dark shrine when you're just sitting here being like, I'm kind of waiting for things to happen. You're more than welcome to start a dark shrine, because if you have a dark shrine, and let's say some of your army dies and your opponent's currently counterattacking you with a large army, it's a very crazy tactic, but if your opponent doesn't have detection, because he's sloppy with observers, or it doesn't just make them, if you make like 10 DTs or like 20 DTs, let's say you make like one round of your gateways, you make as many DTs as you can. Let's say you make 9. If your opponent has like 100 army supply killing your base, or like 80 army supply, and you just made 9 DTs. 9 DTs will kill an army so fucking fast if there's no detection, because those units will like 3-shot everything, or like 2-shot shit. Or if it's not Protoss, they'll 1-shot shit sometimes. DTs hit insanely hard with level 3 weapons. They hit for 65 damage. And like, for instance, a Stalker only has 160 health. A Zealot has 150. Like, Sentry has 80. These things fucking die super fast. DTs would decimate these units. So this guy, what happened again, right? What happened this game? How can I break this game down in a super simple way? I played more economic than my opponent did. My opponent invested into harassing me with adepts and oracles, and then he didn't do enough damage to get himself in the lead. Like, we actually overpowered him. Even though we took losses, we just powered through and made more than what died to keep the lead overall. So if I make 30 probes and he makes 10 probes and he kills 7, I'm still in the lead by 13 because I have 23 to 10. Like, that's obviously not those exact numbers, but that's the concept. We just outproduced him because he delayed his economy to prioritize aggression. And he also delayed his economy by prioritizing microing aggression, which I guarantee he does not macro very well while he does it. Nobody does right now. It's the whole point of why I don't want you to micro right now. So again, it's always kind of scary to have probes chasing adepts when they can't get a surround on them, because you can get kited. What he's doing literally is kiting us. But look at this. Just look at this for a second. He's kiting me like a madman. There we go. He's actually making probes a little bit. He's actually making probes. But here's the crazy thing, okay? Here's the crazy thing. We'll just look at probes lost. And he's focus firing probes and shit. He's doing a great job. He's definitely working his ass off trying to kill as much economy as he can. And at the end of that attack, he killed 9 probes, right? He killed 9 probes with 2 adepts. Yet we're still ahead by 3. So if he didn't even kill 9 probes, and let's say I counter microed that like a fucking beast and I lost a 0, he would now be behind. I would now be at 42, so he'd be behind by 12. So you have to be able to macro flawlessly when you micro, because if you don't and you skip the beat, you don't actually use chrono boost. You don't build probes all the time. things will happen where even though you do damage to me, you're still doing more damage to yourself, because even though your build just killed 9 of my fucking probes and I only killed the 2 adepts that were killing that, killing 9 probes with 2 adepts is a amazing trade. Any Protoss in high level Masters plus PvP would take that trade every fucking day. You're telling me I can make 2 adepts and kill 9 of your probes? Yep, I'll take that. That's a good trade. I'll take that every day. That's always a good trade. But the difference between a gold Protoss and a Masters Protoss is a gold Protoss can't actually macro while they kill 9 probes. A Masters Protoss can. So if the outcome of you killing 9 probes and then still being behind by 13 supply and still being behind by 3 probes, and that's the outcome of it, after you killed 9 probes, there's a problem with your macro, right? He has 900 minerals in the bank right now. There's a problem with the macro. It means it's because it's too much right now. If you're not super comfortable with your macro, don't micro at the same time. It still applies to Gold League. It will still also apply to Platinum League. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Platinum is still the same as Gold in that regard. Diamond is when we really start actually microing a bit. Maybe like top of Platinum, but realistically it's going to be Diamond League. Diamond League, if I wanted a threshold, to give it like a threshold of League, it's really Diamond. Because low Plat, we're definitely not microing. And now look at this. I mean, this Protoss probably feels good, right? He's like, I just killed so many probes. And you also lost mining time by chasing me over there. And now look at me, I'm killing so many more probes again. He doesn't even lose the Oracle. Right now, this guy is probably feeling like he's on top of the world, right? He's probably feeling so good because he just killed another 7 probes and the Oracle doesn't even die. So now at 5 minutes in the game, 5 minutes and 40 seconds in the game, I have lost 16 probes and I'm still ahead in probes. Granted, not by much, but I'm still ahead in probes. And you want to know what the crazy thing is? I'm going to pull ahead faster than him in probes because number one, if he doesn't the one I've already said, which is if he doesn't macro while he micros, I'll just pull ahead. That's just that simple. But the other reason is because my build is flowing as fast as possible, like in Gold League standards. We're doing our build optimally fast. We already have a third base. It's done. My third base is done. He doesn't even have a third. So I can automatically make probes faster than he can. I have a 3rd generation of probe. He can't do that, right? So he's fucked. Okay. Nice. Oh boy. And we saw stalkers with our scout. And now we know, because this guy's been attacking my probes all game, we're just leaving our army scattered. Because people who have the tendency to play a play style that is kill your workers, kill your workers, kill your workers, kill your workers, they're probably going to keep trying to kill your workers. Right? So that's why I'm just now leaving units in mineral lines. I'm not just leaving it there, because this guy is not the kind of player that is all about attacking my base in the very beginning. Like, I'm gonna hit the front of your base. And he's all about trying to constantly kill my workers. And here he comes again. And now what happens? What happens when I'm at my base where my workers are? He immediately snipes a probe with focus fire. And then he's starting to miss micro everything. Like, you know what's happening right here? This is the difference between when you watch a good Protoss player who's like a pro player micro this, and you watch someone, or like, and then you look at someone who's not comfortable with the units. If you watch someone who is not comfortable with the units try to micro the same way they watched a pro player do it, like let's say this guy watched a game of Parting. And he's like, well, in PvP, Parting does good adepta pressure, and then he follows it up with Oracle pressure. And Parting is like literally never misclicking a single time. And even though there are stalkers here, he's killing a probe, moving, killing a probe, moving away, killing a probe, moving away, killing a probe. He's like kiting the army while focusing probes the entire time, which is precision clicking. He can't misclick if he does that. And then you look at this, and you look at a player who, before he gets aggroed, he shoots a probe, right? This is before he gets shot. He shoots first. So his oracles are like on a move. And the second I shoot him, what happens is you have to micro now to make it work properly, because if you just a move, the oracles will go to the stalkers instead of the probes. That's how AI works in StarCraft. So the only way he can make this work properly is if he move commands away from the stalkers, and while move commanding away from the stalkers, he auto attacks a probe and physically clicks the probe. He doesn't click the ground, he clicks the probe. And then after he kills the probe, he move commands away from the stalkers to keep getting distance between him and stalkers, otherwise he'll die. And then he clicks a probe on A-click. And then he move commands away from stalkers and he A-clicks a probe. It has to be very precision clicking every time you do that. And if you ever misclick, your oracles are going to be like a fucking, like you pop a balloon and it's like just going all over the place. And now watch the oracle's movement.
The best type of giving is the one that is done anonymously. I hope you had a fantastic day. Keep up the great work and always keep going.
Yo, Harry Loose Colon. Thank you very much for the 70. That is a humongous fucking sub, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, day's all right. Day's going great. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much for the 70. You're a boss. And also, yo, AK Knight SA, sorry I missed it from like 11 minutes ago. Thank you very much for the 44-month resub, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. That's a long time to stay subbed. And look at that. He's trying to like he's trying to do a stasis ward in my mineral line to stop them from mining. And what am I doing? Like he's all about harassing my mineral lines, and my stalkers are just sitting there. And then he further now what I was going to say before he went to DTs was, since we are leaving units in the mineral line, my units eventually have to leave, right? And when my units leave, I don't want to just have exposed mineral lines. How about we make cannons now, so that when I do leave, we're not going to have a bunch of my mineral lines die, because he's just going to show up again with more harassment. But he beat me to it by making fucking DTs right as I was getting ready to want to make cannons here pretty soon.
Oh,
and then now I'm definitely going to make cannons, because now he's got DTs.
Duh.
Thank you very much. Hey, smell this. Thank you so much, dude, for the 2. And now we have cannon battery in every base. And now, again, the game goes back to what it always goes into, which is we're maxed out. We check the bases with the Phoenix. He's doing counterattacks. Are we turning our whole army around for that? No. We're going to take some damage to it, but we're going to recover really fast. But in the process of him doing this, he's going to get fucked up by this. So this is what our army actually looked like when it pushed. There just is nothing here for Red Protoss. There's not enough. And he just gets decimated. And then now he's going for the DT defense. But guess what? We have observers. We had observers following our immortals. So our observers are still chilling in our army. So we can see these. That's the whole reason why we do the observer thing. Where they follow. Well, now they're not following a unit because I just A-moved the base. I literally just A-moved the base because I brought over these units. So you got to actually remember that. If you actually realize, oh, my army isn't dying. My army is not dying. And I just warped in a bunch of new units. I'm going to select all army, A-move up there again. Make sure you fix your observers again, because what just happened was my observers were proper the entire time until right now, because I just A-moved this army up here. But now my observers are fucking going to the A-move spot, which is all the way away from my army, and they're going way over here. So now I can't actually see the DTs, and they're just killing my army over time, because they're too far away. So make sure you don't do that. Make sure you fix your observers. But again, same thing. So, right, the whole, what's it called? The whole concept of, adding in zealots now is working great. It's making our army way more effective at the A-move situation. And camera hockeys are really nice at speeding up your macro. And boys, oh my god. Oh my fucking god, dude. Thank you very much for the Gold 2 StarCraft, and thank you guys for watching. I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought I just got donated Gold 2. I was like, it was like the streamer mentality. I thought it was a donation. I was like, thank you very much. How do I continue talking now? I actually saved it until I just ruined it right there to a degree. But there you go, guys. Gold 2. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that this video helped you. I hope it's helping you make sense of how to play the game. And again, I do not, just know this, okay? Before we end the video here, just know I do not expect you to know how to use camera hotkeys very efficiently. I don't expect you to know how to use it efficiently. However, I do think you should practice it. At the very least, use it for Chrono Boost. At the very least, get good at using it with Chrono Boost. Because here's the thing. Once we become a better player, like once you become like a Masters player, for instance, there's something called multi-prong, or like it's like multitasking, multi-prong attacks. It's people attacking you from multiple angles. Yo, Dude Mighty, thank you for the 3.
Great series.
Thank you, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Once you get into the phase of StarCraft where there's multitasking, being able to bounce between your bases with camera hotkeys is fucking crazy good. It's super efficient. It's really, really, really nice. So you definitely want to start working on it now, and at the very least, it's going to make your macro feel more efficient because you can bounce between your nexuses way faster and do things like Chrono Boost and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in Gold 2. Much love, and good luck in your games. Peace, guys. See you next time.